baby. Let's go. Let's go, man. 400% on the swings, right? We talked about this move, right? It took us a while, but we talked about consolidation leading to expansion, right? We finally got that huge gap down. Man, yeah, beautiful. We caught multiple 100% plays today. Caught some bangers as well, some other plays. Another day, 100% win rate, man. Another 100% win rate on the call outs. Yeah, SPX. Look, I caught SPX puts, and then I caught SPX again. SPX calls 70% back to back. But yeah, man. So tomorrow's payday Friday, so I will be live trading with the group. So of course, link in the description, all that good stuff. Discord username in the description as well. So if you hit me, I'll probably respond on there, because I know a lot of people have questions and they don't know how to reach me, like to ask questions. So some of you finally figured it out, like, oh, hit them on Discord. Then they're like, oh, hey, I have a question about this. I have a question about this. How did you do this? You know what I'm saying? Certain shit like that. So yeah, man, let's get into it. So right now the market just closed. Actually, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to swing some calls, because it looks like we're double bottoming and it's going to target right back up here to 742. So 1 second while let's check this real quick. All right, we're good. All right, so what do we do today, right? We had the gap down, right? It's been basically a pretty chopped day, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. If you didn't catch the main moves or this main move, you kind of got chopped up, to be honest with you. Which honestly isn't a bad thing. It is what it is, right? We came down to our buy zone major level 736, 735, right? The same levels we talked about yesterday, the exact same levels, right? So clearly we know what we're talking about. We got this, finally got some good price action, man. Goodness gracious, it took us long enough. Right, but it is what it is. So now, where do we go from here? So now we're going to mark this level as our major inflection point going into tomorrow, right? Going into Friday, 740 is our main inflection point, right? We're going to check the VIX, right? VIX came down towards end of day, so that's good for bulls, right? We probably do get a gap up, probably come back down here and test if that's the way it's going to play out. The dollar is still rising, but I looked at the fear and greed index, and I think we're actually in fear. So, we'll see how that plays out. But for the sake of argument, right, so we do have this head and shoulders that officially played out, right? We're the neckline. So right now, the same thing with over here, right? I'm not necessarily looking to go long just because we're getting this pop. You feel what I'm saying? I actually am still short bias, right? Because why am I short bias? Because we're underneath major support, right? So if we can get a 4-hour close, right? Let's say we push overnight, right? Mind you, I'm not swinging anything crazy. I have a 1 DTE, a little lotto that we grabbed earlier. Nothing significant. We made 4 times as much as that doing SPX in the last 4 minutes. Mind you, it was a 1 minute trade. We caught that. And then we caught, 100% in 6 minutes or something like that. So, yeah, we got a little lotto, but it's nothing crazy. So I'm basically going to be looking for the same thing we delivered here, right? Chopped, breakdown. So if this is the final move, then this will be it, right? Then it'll give us that kind of choppy pattern and then start to break out, right? But if, like I said, if we do kind of reclaim 740 overnight, watch for that lower, or I guess not a lower gap. I guess we technically already filled it, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, so we filled that gap today, so we don't really need this anymore. But we did fill that lower gap, so that's good. So we got a gap for rejection. And we do have, obviously, the upper gap of 747. Now, will we pop up to 747 today? I mean, tomorrow. I don't think it's likely, but in this market, because we are so volatile, anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to just be like, oh, well, we dumped today, we're just going to automatically go down tomorrow. Mind you, look at today. Remember, we don't care about wicks. Take away the wicks. What exactly did we do today? Right? Other than the gap down, nothing. Right? If you look at the daily candle, we didn't do anything. It was more so choppy, range bound. There was no expansion after the original breakdown, right? So that is something to be cautious about, because now you see we're already pumping back over 739, and like I said, if this is gonna keep pumping overnight, oh yeah, see, we finally broke. This is why we took those, we exited the puts and went calls. I wish I would have held all the way to the end of the day, because that went nuts. But of course, we know how that goes. They always want to do it. But if they want to return back to safety, like I said, 744 is where your 5 daily moving average is. I don't know why every time I click this, it turns on everything. Right, there was some selling volume, right, and today, so it was a lot better than yesterday, but still nothing crazy, right? So as long as we're above, mind you, the 20 days crossing down, the 5 is crossing down, or my fault, the 5 is crossing underneath the 20. So it's a little pretty bearish cross right here, right? So even if we're gapping up, right, you still got to be very careful, because today's was honestly a choppy day. If we're looking at the grand scheme of things, look at the candle, right? Don't listen to me. Look at the candle. The candle didn't do anything. We went all the way up to 742 and we came all the way down to 735. So we had a huge range and still closed smack in the middle, but underneath 740, right? So we had every opportunity to recover, right? Mind you, this last minute pump, this was end of day, right? This wasn't even anything crazy. This was literally just that end of day candle that took us 50% of the move, closed us right basically at flat. And this is why I took those calls off that little double bottom, because we already determined, hey, we came through, boom, bounced back up. So we knew we would get a test, but either we would roll and go lower or we would pop end of day. So once we started to get that sweep, this is where I went long, because I already took shorts from here and then I just went long to basically go for the fake out. So yeah, let me see what I'm pretty sure Nvidia had a little decent decent gap down as well, went lower. And we talked about this yesterday about how Nvidia can go up and then give it away a whole move the very next day, right? And basically that's what it did. So that's why I wasn't really too impressed by this candle yesterday, because we've gotten a few here, right? This could just be this could be one huge trap, right? This could be, geez, I can't draw. What in the world? There we go, right? This could be a giant flag, right? The same thing with SPY, and it could just be taking a long time, right? You got a head, and then boom, eventually over time, over the next few weeks, you get a shoulder, right? So if it's not reclaiming this 215 very quickly to 220, then I'm looking at Nvidia as basically a bear flag. And if, you know, we are going to start expanding to the downside, then things will start slowly pushing down, right? So, yeah, man, basically just watch the price action, right? I'm a price action trader. This is what I do. But remember, when in doubt, zoom out and do what? Look left. Always look left. Looking left will let you know what has history done and possibly if we'll repeat it again, right? So we do have, okay, I didn't trade this day. So I honestly still don't know if this is real or not. I don't know if this wick all the way down to 716 is real. It's definitely a ghost print if it's not real. But I don't know if price ever actually went down that low, or was it just you know, like a little a fake candle? Because I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure I would have heard of this, or somebody would have been like, we made 20,000% on this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if this is true or not, if this is real. So if we do, like I said, remember, always look left. What happened when you look left? Where are we now? We're at 738, right? We're trying to reclaim this 740 overnight. So boom, when we can reclaim it, what do? We get a nice pop, 744. When we reclaim it, look, where we go, 742, 744, right? Where do we go? 740, boom, 744, retest, 746, right? But underneath it, what happens, right? We can't get back above, where do we go? 734, right? Range, can't get back above 734 and then 731. So if we stay inside this range, your basic daily range, right? If we're below, is between 740 and 730. But if you can get back below 735, then it'll be an even tighter range. So this is why I'm not too crazy into swinging shorts into this, only because, like I said, they're known for trapping people underneath the range, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not like this is the most bearish day in the world, right? This isn't this, right? We didn't get this. We got a gap down, and then we got more so this. This is what we got as far as now. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get this beautiful move to the downside. So that's why I'm like, hey, ease up on those puts. And I was telling people today, you got to be careful when you're buying 0 DTEs, right? You can't just be blindly just playing 0 DTEs just because you think the move is about to happen. You have to remember, what time is it? How much time do you have left on the day? How much time do you have left on the candle? How much, you know what I'm saying? All these things you have to consider, rather than just being like, all right, I'm looking at the 5 minute, it looks good. Because I saw a lot of people when I went to go check the chat, look, y'all got caught in this. It didn't do anything, right? It didn't do anything. Jeez, I can't draw. Oh my gosh, there we go. But you feel what I'm saying? You just got stuck in this. Chop, chop, grind lower, grind lower, grind lower, grind lower. And honestly, if this isn't real, like I said, if we can't reclaim, it's just gonna, you know, we'll get probably a double top, because this will be the official breakdown. And then, you know, like I said, if they want to go lower. So main key levels to watch for, like I said, previous day's close. It's already gapping up. Is there earnings? Oh yeah, double beat Intel earnings. The INTC. Wait, INTC. Did it beat? Yeah, okay. Intel's bringing up the market. I'm like, what's that? Pop. Oh, I didn't know that was today. I would have took those. Oh man, yeah, I saw somebody talking about those. Dang it. Yeah, because that was that sweep, right over here. Dang it, man. Ah, frick. It is what it is, though. Anyway, like I said, VIX dollar. Watch those two things, right? Watch your, let's look at the fear and greed index real quick. It'll let us know. Fear and greed. So right now we are if it'll load. There we go, 39. So we are in fear as of right now. It's not the worst thing, but you know, markets don't tend to bottom in fear. But we're not in extreme fear, so that's the thing. We can get a relief bounce to maybe try to close. Oh, we already closed that gap. My fault. Never mind. But we can get a relief bounce to maybe try to see if we can hold back above. Because remember, as of now, this is supposed to be buy level, right? 740 is supposed to bounce us. Boom, boom, boom. So this time it didn't. It got below. So maybe if we want to try one more time, give the bulls one more chance, right? Because if they cannot go this time, if they can, right, this could be a nice little squeeze back up to 748. And this can happen very quickly, right? If tomorrow gaps up and they get one dip, we can really fly right back up and close this gap, right? This is not unheard of in volatile markets. This isn't, you know, it's not like, oh, we've never done this before. No. And then look, even when you look out, remember we had this megaphone. So if this is the bottom of the megaphone, maybe try one roll and then we could get a nice little push. So be very careful with your levels, right? If you're still new, still trying to figure out how to learn all this stuff, like I said, hit me on Discord and stuff like that. Hit me on IG. You know, my Instagram is at OKBet. OKBET. But yeah, man, it's gonna be pretty much it, right? We're under 10 minutes. Oh no, we're 11 minutes. No, we went over. But either way it goes, man, you know, keep it simple. It is as simple as you make it. If you complicate it, it will be complicated, right? If you're having a hard time right now, go higher time frames, you know what I'm saying? Zoom out, wait for hourly candles to close. If you're seeing this, there's no continuation in any of these candles, right? Not a single one. We only knew we would break down retest because this was the first test of the breakdown. That's the only reason why I even, you know, attempted to go short and wait all this damn time. 3 hours for $3, you know what I'm saying? But we still got the move, still paid out. We still had an amazing day. And like I said, tomorrow we're going live, right? Tomorrow's payday Friday, so I will be going live in the chat. Yeah, tomorrow. So I will be going live around 11 a.m. Houston time. So yeah, and then I'll probably do one more live after that for a power hour play if it's looking fun, you know, if we get some good stuff. But as of now, that's gonna be pretty much it, man. Y'all lock in, man, lock in. Stop chasing candles, right? I told you about this. Stop chasing candles. Watch the price action, right? Because look, these wicks, like I said, man, they don't mean anything. They can mess your head up, right? Did we get a breakdown retest officially of the 4 hour? Not yet. We just kind of broke down. So if we do get these candles to kind of come back up, right, we can reject off at 743. We can reject off at 740, right? But as long as there is rejection, the bears could possibly, because they have control right now because we're underneath that middle, right, of the 740. So they do kind of have control. So they need 740 to even think about attempting to regain control. So if they can't do that, like I said, let it just flow. Stop trying to buy falling knives. I saw a lot of people trying to buy calls today at random moments. And you just can't, right? Like I said, you just got to be very careful. You have to know what you're looking out for. And just be patient, man. Like, it will come with time, but you cannot force this. You cannot force the markets. You can't force trades. You can't just be like, oh, well, it's not going this side, I'm gonna go this side, right? Just because your calls aren't moving don't mean you gotta switch to puts, right? Just because your puts not moving don't mean you gotta switch to calls. Sometimes you just gotta wait. You gotta wait, let the level play out, let it see what's going on. Because sometimes it's just chopping, right? There's no method to the madness. It's just a matter of time. So, like Warren Buffett said, the stock market is a device used to transfer money from the impatient to the patient. So be patient. And I will leave you guys with that. Hit me on Discord, hit me on IG if y'all need anything. Okay, bet. Out.